without further ado, let's get started. So pretty much with this game, these are pretty much the character creation. You have this dude right here going down the list. Let me just make sure everything's okay with the video. Give me 1 second. Alright, testing. Alright, it sounds like everything is good. So, without further ado, sorry about the inconvenience. Let's go ahead and start. So, you have the option to change what type of body type you have, what type of character do you want. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with this one here. These are pretty much the faces, different faces that you can choose. Got this one. I think I'm gonna go with this one. Blue eyes are cool. I don't know if you can change the tattoo color. I doubt you can. Let's see. Different hairstyles that you can choose. And these are just the starter hairstyles. You get more with the gachas, more outfits with the gachas and everything. So you're not just limited to these. But I think that I'll just go with this one. And these are hair colors aren't limited at all. Pretty much have any color in the game that you want with the hair color. And I'm pretty sure the eye color too. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with kind of like blonde. I think the red eyes look a lot cooler with blonde though. Oh, and also I'm going to set a few ground rules for my playthrough. So pretty much I can only get help if I completed a dungeon by myself already. Secondly, I can only get carried 3 times in the whole series. Only 3 times. Regardless of if I need to get out of the sewers, I can only get that carry 3 times. And these outfits do not do this man justice at all. I think I'm just gonna go with this one for now. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with this one. Okay. Name. This one, see, there's power, defense, cautious, kind, and daring. So there's 5. Daring is pretty much a class where you can go either way. Specializes in pretty much everything. Defensive, spear and staff. Cautious is going to be wands, bows, and dual swords, using magic or long range attacks. Kind is wand or staff. They have offensive and support magics. But of course, once you get up to a higher level, these aren't really going to matter. You're not really limited in what you can play. But I'm going to go ahead and choose spear this playthrough. Let's go with unbalanced stage, see if that works. Alright. I'm unfortunately not going to play the entire story. Y'all can do that on your own time. However, I am going to be explaining like what I'm doing and why I'm doing it at the time. And I won't be talking the whole video, but I'll be cutting in whenever I need to. Alright, let's start. So you get in the game, it's teaching you how to attack. If you're on ps4, R1 is to attack. You use the trigger buttons to change the skills at the bottom middle corner of your screen. You have 3 skills currently at the start of the game. This is a basic overview of every skill that you have. And these are actually weapons. I'm gonna skip that. These are actually your weapons that you get whenever you defeat an enemy, and you'll get them throughout your gameplay. The screen up here shows you your rewards. Those flames that popped up in the middle, they were your lives. At a certain level, those lives drop down to 5. So you're aware. And welcome to Onigiri. This is the start of your journey right here. Here's your daily logins. And here is just an overview of all of the free stuff that you get. And there's also the login bonus. And you can also take a look at all that stuff, and it's going to be up here. Sorry now, as I said before in the other video, there's a fever going on right now. And here's pretty much where you start. Those green arrows, if you notice, over here, these are the events. You can tell which event they are on your side of your screen here. The yellow ones are your main quest usually, and this one means that you usually green means that you already completed a quest, orange means that you're in a chain quest, and yellow means that you're in a story quest and you're currently completing it. But as I said, I'm not going to read all of that. Skip it. Typically, when you get to the last parts, about to tell you where to go. See? The seal on the Kimiku is found deep too often for training. So, if you're the type of person who doesn't like reading the story, you skip everything until you see these highlighted like Onigashima training grounds. It pretty much almost every dialogue will do this. They'll talk about everything and then give you a brief overview at the end of what they're saying. You just keep going. Now, a good idea for you with this dungeon, so that you're ahead, is to go ahead and talk to this one right here. Or else they're going to tell you that you need to put on a Magatama. So the way you do that is, you go to my character, equip, go to Magatamas, and this is a Magatama that they pretty much give you so that you can go inside that dungeon. And you see how it was a different color before and now it's blue. Now I'm able to go in. So first, typically you want to go in on hard, then when you level up you want to go in on hell. If you go in on hell first, you're gonna have a very hard time. So I wouldn't advise that. But once you do hell on this one, once you come back, you should be able to do hell on every other dungeon. And because there is a daily boost going on, getting a ton of levels. I don't think I can kill this right now, actually. Yeah. Those spawn when you pretty much. It's rarely spawns like towards the end game, but they do spawn, and their weakness is poison. So throughout your playthrough, it's always a good idea to have poison. And if you're confused about what weapon goes with what stat, pretty much just pay attention to these numbers here. So you see how this is at 66, this is at 66, and all of these numbers are at 45. Pretty much. And you see how when I put everything into vitality, my damage goes up on my spear. Technically that isn't a damage, your damage is on this side of the screen, but with your different classes, it corresponds with each stat. So if I was a sword, Odachi, or an axe user, and I put it into power, similarly, my power would go up. You see that? But since I'm currently doing spear on this playthrough, I am going to be putting it into vitality. Oh, and to pretty much explain what these are, these weapons here, they go from bronze, silver, and gold. They are going to be your best friends whenever you want to level up your vanguards, as well as use them on your character for your early playthrough. The fighting mechanics in this game is pretty simple. You have a block, which negates damage as long as that yellow bar is full. It doesn't negate all the damage unless you get a perfect block, which you can only do as long as this is full. now that I am level 8, I'm going to come back and circle back to this dungeon and get to level 15, hopefully. And this is Yoshitsune. Yoshitsune is pretty much a repair character. She deals with everything with weapons, enhancements to making the weapons from scratch. And she also is your repair. If you notice that your weapon has a durability on the right side of the weapons here, there's a durability bar. Once your durability hits 0, your weapon breaks and it's no longer usable anymore. There we go, level 16. And the only reason I hit level 16 as fast as I did was because of this. And it's an active boost for lower levels to pretty much catch up in the game as fast as possible. And I'm gonna go ahead and keep placing this into Vitality because I only plan on using Spear. Always pick up your friendship items, and always pick up this because you're gonna need it for later. You don't want to have to go back like I did because you didn't pick it up. Sinister Bones, pick it up. So, if you're following the story, you would know that that rock there was a seal for that dragon we fought in the beginning, and we just sealed it back up by replacing that. So, now you're actually able to leave the dungeon, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the dungeon and then circle back into the dungeon. I know this is tedious, but this is to pretty much just give you a head start, and you should be able to do hell dungeons fairly easily once you do this step here. If you want to skip this part, you can. It's honestly up to you how you want to play the game. But with me, whenever I start out a new character, I always go back into this dungeon and get the most amount of XP that I can. So we're gonna go ahead and circle back into it. I mean, you could try it from the beginning. I wouldn't suggest it. It's a lot harder. This game difficulty curve is crazy. Okay. Just like that, level 17. It's not that long of a dungeon either. And there we go, got a gold. Always pick up these. And always pick up your friendship items as well. Make sure you're maximizing what you pick up and what you don't pick up. There are some items that you will use later. It's always a good idea to pick those up. Oh, that monster card is pretty much your B scenery. You learn about different weaknesses of every character in the game the more you beat them. You don't have to do it. You can always go to Wikipedia. But that's honestly up to you and how you want to do it. So if you have any problems, usually you would go to Wikipedia. See? So Tune is weapon repair. This is going to be your repair screen here. I'm going to go ahead and repair my staff. My spear. I'm sorry about that. Trust me, it's cheap now, but when you get further in the game, it gets more and more expensive, unfortunately. Did I hear the background music though? Hold on. It was cooking up something vicious in the studio. Hey, 22. Now you can use the most of this as much as you want, but I'm gonna stop here and go on to the next mission. They make this game as easy as possible for new players, because before it was painful. It was very painful in the beginning to start out on this game, but since everybody has like a higher level and higher difficulty curve, they typically try to make it easier on new players. But honestly, this game is really good if you give it a shot, give it a chance. It's not bad. It's always fascinating to see like what new weapon you're gonna get, or what type of armor or clothes that you're gonna get from the gacha. You know what I'm saying? And you don't always have to put money in this game to be good. You gotta take advantage of all those events. Take advantage of SP tickets that they have in the events. And if you're not strong enough to do them, just drop a comment, and I'll personally see what you have on your character so far and help you out. Because I want to grow this community, and I want to grow this community in a positive light. Because this honestly was a game I played for plenty of years now. But pretty much these right here are going to be your achievements. Each achievement is going to give you something. So I got some more Tuna Nagari, and I got some high potions. Tuna Nagari is pretty much what you use to heal. Use the D-pad to move to each healing slot here. So whenever I eat one of these, I heal up. And yes, you can do that in the middle of a fight. There's a little cooldown on it. But other than that, you're good to go. It's pretty much your equivalent to health potions if you play any other MMORPGs. Okay, completed that. Pretty much your free mount here. From getting the point A to point B faster. Okay, so now we're gonna pick up those carrots and then bring them back to them when we get them. As you can see, I don't really have anybody over here from the prologue video, but as you go through the story, you'll unlock them one by one. Over here, it's pretty much your yokai. However, I'm not really gonna do that. I'm gonna accept this skiff, however, because all these weapons are pretty good. This is also another thing new players can use in order to get an edge, pretty much. So, got me a pretty decent spear now. See what he wants. Like I said, the orange ones are... Hold on. Can I go back? No, I can't. So, there was an orange symbol above his head, and it showed that I have a quest to accept. There's plenty of side quests that you don't have to do. You can do it if you want to. In this series, I might do some, but I'm not going to do all of them. This is pretty much to unlock yokais. I guess I'll do it. Pretty much you. I see a domain. I see a domain. I probably butchered that name, but you know, it is what it is. Pretty much you talk to him and you get your first yokai. So, I don't use yokais, so I wouldn't be able to tell you, hey, this one's good or bad, because after a certain point in the game, you don't really need them. But in this one, I'm probably going to experiment more with. As you level up, I know this much, your yokai levels up. So, pretty much, you go to partners, story partners, yokai, and here's your yokai. You can allot it skill points into, it's a physical, so I'm assuming you would want to put it into attack. Go ahead and proceed, close. Okay. Also, they implemented a system where in certain locations you can get, this is the trading right here. Do not fall for that, please. But pretty much they implemented, like, there's a paid OC and then there's a regular OC. With the regular OC, I'm pretty sure you couldn't roll in the regular gacha. Yeah. This is where you get your outfits. This is where you get the skill card sets to get specific skills. going into skills, I'm going to make a whole separate video explaining what skills you want and why each skill matches up with each Magatama, pretty much. So, did a lot of talking, but let's just continue the story. Get back on track. As this is the first episode, I want to figure out what format I want to put these videos in. I don't know if I want to walk you through the whole game step by step, or not what I needed. Oh, when you come here, the reason why I'm fighting these is because you're gonna have to come back and fight them anyway. So might as well get that over with. I don't know if it's the cotton strip. I think it is. Yeah, I think there's a cotton strip that you need to get. Yep. I'm just gonna get a couple of those, and then I'm gonna start running over to the next mission. Hey, and that was a Magatama I just got. You might not always get the best Magatama starting off, but everything counts. And there are field bosses in this, and they appear periodically through the game. I forgot specifically what locations because it's been a while, but I know there's one here. You want to read that, you can read that in your own time. Pretty much your main quest is always going to be the yellow. The majority of the time it's going to be yellow. And as you see, I just created an achievement just by walking up here. Receive all. Pretty much, I get a torn piece of gacha ticket every time I go to a snail Magatama. Okay, that's actually a good Magatama for if I was a sword user. Either way, the slice element's always going to be good to have too. Pretty much I'm telling them to evacuate this area. And now I'm going over here to turn in the quest. I just unlocked weapon enhancement. Okay, pretty much you're going to see that they're pretty much going to explain what I'm explaining to you in a sense. So here's your identification. The way that works is you pick up those bronze, silver, and gold weapons inside of the dungeon, and then you identify them. Partner items are pretty much how you level up your main story characters. Your story characters are different from your vanguards in the sense that once you level them up, let's say you give them a gift, right? This has the name of every character that you want to put them on specifically towards. So this one's Lady Shizuka and Amaterasu. So you give her 8 of these. These by far give the best to each character that you give them. So Lady Shizuka, she would get more than she would, like, let's say I give her a goldfish. Right? So you see the difference? And there's plenty of other story characters that you're going to want to level up because they give tons of benefits. And you're going to notice that you leveled up all the way, right? So you're probably wondering, what do I do now? I can't do anything. Well, just exit out of this. And a second. If I see this. So there's a couple. There is definitely a couple of glitches in this game that you gotta look out for. If you notice that you can't like take off your controller or can't do this with your screen with the touchpad, then all you would have to do is turn off your controller and turn it back on. There's glitches in this game, but there's a fix for a majority of the glitches. I know it's bad, but it comes with the territory playing Onigiri. Okay, lucky boxes. You can save those up and use them all at once, which is what I'm gonna do. Not really no point of using it now. Just save. I know it's tempting, but just save. Because the thing about it is, if you put all your resources scattered out, you're not gonna get the most bang for your buck. And your item box, pretty much what they send you in the game, like through achievements, is going to be show up in the present box here. So whenever I complete an achievement, or if my backpack's full and I'm doing a dungeon, it'll go to your achievement section, present section. I'm sorry. And here a side quest popped up. Pretty much telling me that I gotta kill these guys here. XP just for doing that. And now, since I did the dungeon on hell, well, I did it on hard first and did it on hell, this dungeon here, see, and I'm getting more XP by doing it on hell than doing it on normal because it's a lower level. It's got to trust the process. if y'all want me to follow the story, just let me know. I'll for sure follow it. But as of now, the first video, or however, it will not be following. Let me make it easier. Hold on. Story plus. This is just so that you can pretty much see like what quest I'm doing at the moment. Time you level up, you're always going to want to put your stats into. Just gain that little bit of edge and power. Okay, we're off to a good start.